everybody and welcome back. I've got a big sing for you today, great show song. I'm going to be doing Memory from Cats. So we're not going to do a warm-up actually because it takes a while to go through it and then it is a huge sing. And you all know it quite well. So we'll just zip through it. There's a few things about technique that will help you make it to the end in one piece because it's quite an exhausting one. And there's a few little rhythmic things to be careful of. But you all know it, you all know the tune. So it begins, you get the little introduction. Then you come in on midnight, not a sound from the pavement, as the moon lost her memory, she is smiling alone. And the key to it, sorry to stop you, but the key to it, first you don't breathe too often. Don't go midnight, not a sound from the pavement, as the moon. So don't breathe too often. And when you do breathe, it's like with all these show songs, you need to sing right to the very end of the long note and then breathe quickly. So the thing that will make it impossible to get to the end, if you go midnight, not a sound from the pavement, because everything relaxes. And really, once you start one of these songs, other than when you get a break in the middle of this one with an instrumental, everything is almost under tension from beginning to end. So you sing right to the end of pavement, has the moon lost her memory, she is smiling. And it will almost feel like you're almost just snatching a breath, but really what you do is that has to open wide and you breathe in from there. You shouldn't feel a sort of obvious going on because that's actually a very inefficient way to breathe. So you breathe very late and it feels like you're doing that like that. If you think of the way you breathe just before you go like that. So if you think of doing that breathing, midnight, not a sound from the pavement, as the moon lost her memory, she is smiling alone. And then careful with the rhythm, in the lamplight, the withered leaves collect at my feet. So he does a little clever trick. We've been going in 4 groups of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, ya-da-dee-dim. And we suddenly get 10. So in the lamplight, the withered leaves collect at my feet. And the wind that goes low begins to moan. Memory. And that always throws people. This song was terribly popular back when I was at primary school and prep school. This song was incredibly popular with school choirs. And that link, jump back to the beginning melody, really confuses people because you want to go, after you've done that, and the wind begins to... You want the whole, some little gap. And it's not, there's only one set. Begins to... And then back. Memory, all alone in the moonlight, I can smile at the old days, I was beautiful then. I remember the time I knew what happiness was. Let the memory live again. And again there, goes on a bit quicker than you think, and it goes very low. And in fact, when we sing all the way through, I might sing it up an octave. If you're finding it difficult, just jump it up. Every street lamp seems to beat. And I sing right to the end of beat. Another one of those ones, if you relax it there, every street lamp seems to beat. Then you haven't got the energy to carry on. And it's almost like the breath's not, the words, every street lamp seems to be a fatalistic warning, is the sense of it. So when you breathe very late and don't destroy the sense of the words. Every street lamp seems to beat a fatalistic warning. And same thing with the next bit. Someone mutters and a street lamp gutters and soon it will be morning. Now the sense of the word is really important, so don't go, someone mutters and a street lamp gutters and soon So don't labour the breath. Someone mutters and a street lamp gutters and as soon. Yeah. So you breathe as late as possible. You've got to keep the sense of the flow going. So from someone and go. Someone mutters and a street lamp gutters and soon it will be morning. And then you have to know where the next note is, because it hasn't really got any relation. We jump back to daylight, I must wait for. And it's quite wistful. Looking back, very, very sort of wistful. A little bit, word I've used lots of times before, sprechsing or sprechgesang. So it's sort of half spoken, half sung. Daylight, I must wait for the sunrise. I must think of a new life, and I mustn't give in. When the dawn comes, tonight will be a memory too, and a new day will begin. So we've had a real change. We've had 2 verses of the main tune. Then we've had the every street lamp, the big build-up, and a street lamp. Then we've had another quiet verse, finishing on, and a new day will begin. And hugely unexpected key change to there. Originally heard very famously Beethoven's 9th Symphony, you get that? Get a big instrumental of the main tune, and when it comes to an end, coming on, burnt out ends of smoky days, the stale hot smell of morning. Now, whatever you do there, it's a bear trap moment, absolute bear trap moment, because you want to jump up onto the next note. Now, if you do that, if you really, really do that, what you have to do is see it right through to its bitter, painful end, because it means you're going to be going all the way up to a top A flat. Still good smell of morning, the streets will advertise another night is over, another day is. Yeah. And you'll be going, you'll be doing that facial expression. So although it feels counterintuitive, when you get to morning, still hot smell of morning, it goes down, the street lamp dies, another night is over, another day is dawning. So let's go from burnt out ends, ready, and it's just beginning, it sort of gathers a little bit of momentum here. So burnt and go. Burnt out ends of smoke. And then we go to a completely different key, totally different key. I'm going to do the last, and it's back to the first tune, but this is the really big moment. So you've had the build up. Another day is dawning. Touch me, it's so easy to leave me all alone with the memory of my days in the sun. And you've really, really got to go for it there. Actually, I mean, you may have gone to see last year the movie Cats. I know the critics absolutely slated it. And so I did go and see it. And actually, I thought it was very good. And I think particularly the rendition of this was absolutely marvellous. So when you get to that touch me moment, really, really inflamed with passion. Touch me, it's so easy to leave me all alone with the memory of my days in the sun. And it just slightly relaxes, or actually relaxes quite a lot, but just it relaxes little bit by little bit. If you touch me, you'll understand what happiness is. And then it's back into the wistful. Look, a new day has begun. And really hold that last one. And it's a lovely word to finish on, the begun, because you can keep the vowel opener. Gun. And then just move your tongue up on the roof now. Don't close your mouth, don't go gun, not gun, but gun. And just sort of stop pushing the air through. Don't do a flicked end, don't go gun, but gun. And it just beautifully tails off. There's a little play out, which happens twice, and just hold it. There's no sort of particular amount of time, but just sort of linger on it. Look, a new day has begun. Yep, and then it's just, you just get the little play out ending on that. So all the way through from the beginning. It's a huge, huge thing, this is, particularly by the time you get to the end. So when you get the little instrumental bit in the middle, enjoy the moment to relax. And a new day. And if you want to know what the pros do at that point, the thing to do is don't sit there going, God, I'm going to get lots of breath in the system. Actually, if what you do is sort of breathe very, very gently, just through the nose. So quite shallow breathing, just in and out through the nose. I know normally I say to you, don't breathe in and out through your nose, your Pilates instructor is wrong. But with an instrumental bit like this, if you just breathe gently in and out through your nose, and then just as you get to the next bit, you suddenly open the mouth. You've been doing the very shallow breathing in and out through your nose. You suddenly open the mouth and engage everything back in position for the burnt out ends. So that's the thing to remember. Like that, just during the instrumental bit. But otherwise, remember, sing right to the end of each line. Midnight, not a sound from the pavement, has the moon. Yeah, and a little flicked breath. So all the way through from the beginning, really, really throw yourselves into it. Midnight, not a sound from the pavement, as the moon lost her memory, she is smiling alone. In the lamplight, the withered leaves collect at my feet, and the wind begins to memory, all alone in the moonlight, I can Look a new day has begun. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed today's song. As ever, do please send me any comments or suggestions. Take care. See you soon.